Hello, friends. Welcome back to Probing Eye and our continuing series, Bus 5 Minute. Today, we are going to talk about some people who are basically professionals. They are doctors, but their association with sports is amazing. And before we talk about them, please click on the bell icon so that you get the latest episodes of Probing Eye and Bus 1 Minute in your mailbox. Over to the doctors. When we talk about doctors, their role in sports is superb. They play a role as they look after players, their injuries, and their well being. But not only that, there are doctors who are very, very closely associated with sports. They are passionate about sports. And today I'm going to talk about some of the doctors I have known over the years who, besides performing their duties as professional doctors, they are also closely associated with sports in various capacities. Everyone must have heard the name of Dr. Narottam Puri, the famous commentator. As a doctor, he has his own name, but he is better known as a sports commentator, especially the cricket commentator. And those who have been watching or listening to commentary on radio and TV, they must have heard him describe the games of hockey, of cricket, of football, and many, many other sports. Dr. Narottam Puri has been one of the most popular cricket commentators. Other day, he was in Chandigarh at a function organized by Playwright. So he talked about the history of commentary in India, sports commentary, and as a sports commentator, he says the job of a commentator is not to describe ball by ball, but to give interpretation, but to make description interesting and absorbing. And he narrated so many episodes, so many anecdotes from his long career as a cricket commentator. And though he said he wanted to be a cricket player, but since he had to go to a medical college, so he had to sacrifice playing cricket and instead took to cricket commentary. Not only cricket, he also used to do commentary on many other sports. And he is also the author of many books on sports quiz. His knowledge is superb. He talked about how the commentary has evolved over the years, and he also made a distinction between doing a running commentary on TV and radio. So there is a distinction. He said, when you report or you do commentary on TV, you don't have to give ball by ball account on TV, but on radio you have been doing it. So then there were others who also had made a name besides their profession as doctor. I'm talking about Dr. H K Bali, one of the famous cardiologist. He's an interventional cardiologist, and his knowledge of sports is superb. He is basically an encyclopedia of sports. He knows everything about cricket, everything about hockey, and he's the one who has immense knowledge of Indian sports and world sports. Other day he called me to tell me about fifth Balbir Singh of Indian hockey, the guy who had come for treatment, and he introduced him to me and saying, Prabjot, do you know this Balbir? So I was surprised because I had known most of the Balbirs who played for India, as I mentioned in one of my previous episodes. So Dr. H K Bali has a huge collection of books on sports, especially on cricket, and his knowledge is superb. When he interacted with Dr. Narottam Puri and also Ravi Chaturvedi the other day at a playwright session, it was an interesting session. It was a session worth remembering because you find so many doctors together talking about sports. And then, other day, I was at a social event. It was wedding anniversary of one of my dearest friends, Vinod Bakshi. And one of the guys who regaled the audience was a cardiologist, Dr. Anurag Sharma. He sang so well. And you see, this aspect of doctors, when they are doing running commentary, when they are talking about sports and sports competitions, knowledge about sports, sports quizzes, and then when they sing, when they indulge in extracurricular activities and they make a name for themselves in those areas. And when we were talking about doctors, so a mention was also made of Dr. Ravinder Chadha. We all remember Dr. Ravinder Chadha as a cricket player. He not only captained Haryana for a number of years, he played for North Zone, he played for the rest of India, and he could have played test matches. But at that time, since he was a dedicated professional engaged in medical care and health care and working as a doctor, medical officer in Haryana State Electricity Board. At that time, it was Haryana State Electricity Board, and a great all-rounder, a product of Punjabi University, Patiala, and a great doctor. Now, he looks after people with some infirmities, some problems with their orthopedic requirements like movements, muscular pains, bone problems. So he is doing a great job and he remained a national selector. So doctors, otherwise, though they are closely associated with sports in different capacities, but when they make a name in sports as an active participant, maybe as a player, maybe as a commentator, maybe as a statistician, or maybe as a sports historian. So they have earned a name in a new era, in a new area of specialization, and their love and their commitment and their passion for sports is appreciable. I'm sorry if I don't mention the names of some of the great doctors who did very well at international horizon. Dr. Richard Charlesworth of Australia, for example, a doctor, a parliamentarian, a cricket player, and an Olympian, and one of the greatest coaches of hockey. So he himself was a doctor and he did so well in sports. And then there is a women hockey player of Canada, Weckenbeiser. She played in so many Olympics. She is the most decorated ice hockey player of Canada, and she is a doctor. So doctors as players, and doctors as sports administrators, doctors as sports commentators, and doctors as sports historians, they have done very well. So I thought maybe slight deviation from my normal probing eye or past 1 minute episodes. So I thought, since I met them, I have known them, I must talk about them. How did you like this episode? Share your comments, and I will come out with something interesting in my next episode. Till then, goodbye.